as I've got older, I've realized that there's a lot more gray area in life. I've always seen it as it's this way or it's that way or it's no way. And obviously I understand now that is not how life works. But I'm quite a direct person.
And I just seen her, like I said, I seen her at the Rock Nation brunch. That's the first time she said hey to me in like years.
Damn, she was mad at you that long?
Yeah, nigga, she just said, I'm still blocked on Instagram and Twitter though.
She still blocked you?
Yeah, I'm still blocked. You know what I'm saying? It just would have been hard. And then honestly, I think if everybody wasn't in their feelings, because sometimes we get in our feelings in this game, I think if everybody went in their feelings and everybody had a moment to just sit down and think, it could have been something super special. I think.
So apparently LMI's finally speaking on what really went down with Jacquees, and when I tell you it's messy, yeah, it's worse than people thought, because this wasn't just about a remix anymore. This was personal. He didn't just mess with her song, he messed with her whole career. And according to people close to her, it got to a point where he even tried to hook up with her after everything that happened. Now, if you've been around since the Trip era, you already know how it started. Jacquees dropped his version without permission. It went viral, and suddenly people were calling his the real one. Ella's label stepped in, told him to take it down, and he turned the whole thing into a victim story. He made her look bitter, like she couldn't handle a man winning off her song. But what fans didn't see was the behind-the-scenes mess that came after. Ella's team went quiet, her energy shifted, and her career slowed down right when it was supposed to take off. And word is, Jacquees didn't stop there. He was allegedly reaching out, trying to make contact again, studio invites, random texts, let's talk about it type moments. But when she didn't entertain him, he doubled down. It's like he couldn't stand that she was done with him. So yeah, what looked like a remix beef might have actually been something way deeper: jealousy, obsession, and a power move that backfired. Let's get into how Jacquees allegedly ruined LMI's career and why people think his feelings for her never really went away. Before everything fell apart, LMI was having her moment. As y'all probably know, she came up under DJ Mustard, dropped Boot Up, and the R&B world was obsessed. Her sound felt real, her vibe was chill, and people loved that she wasn't chasing trends. She was bringing back feelings. Then Trip dropped. That song took over TikTok, radio, everything. It was soft, emotional, and exactly what fans wanted from her. But then Jacquees popped up, and that's when things started getting complicated. He remixed Trip without permission, dropped it online, and then for some reason, his version went viral overnight. People started calling it his song, not hers.
T-Pain came out and said that I was monetizing off of the record. Right. So once he came out and said that I was monetizing off of the record publicly, I'm pretty sure the industry, and of course guys that she's around that has real knowledge of the game, probably got to her and was like, this ain't right.
Right.
Which I feel like, and I believe that at that moment we should have came together, and they should have put me on a remix for real, and we should have took it up through there.
Right.
I believe that would have been crazy.
Right.
Now imagine spending months on a record, finally getting your big break, and someone else slides in and takes all the credit. Ella's label sent a cease and desist, which honestly, they had every right to do. But instead of owning up, Jacquees flipped the whole thing. He went online, made it sound like she was trying to stop his shine, and fans started dragging her for it. They called her jealous, ungrateful, even petty. Like, how do you get painted as the bad guy for protecting your own work?
Hard. And then honestly, I think if everybody wasn't in their feelings, because sometimes we get in our feelings in this game, I think if everybody went in their feelings and everybody had a moment to just sit down and think, it could have been something super special.
So here's where things start getting weird, because even after the whole remix drama, word around the industry was that Jacquees didn't just move on, he couldn't. People started whispering that he was still trying to reach out to Ella, like he wanted another shot to fix things. But depending on who you ask, it didn't sound like he wanted to fix the music. I mean, it got to a point that Ella had to block him on IG, so that says a lot about this whole situation.
And I just seen her, like I said, I seen her at the Rock Nation brunch. That's the first time she said hey to me in like years.
Damn, she was mad at you that long?
Yeah, nigga, she just said, I'm still blocked on Instagram and Twitter though.
She still blocked you?
Yeah, I'm still blocked.
Now, I'm not saying there's proof, but too many people who were around back then have hinted that the tension between them wasn't just professional. Apparently, he'd text her, hit her line through mutuals, even send "we should talk" messages at random times. And when she didn't respond, he doubled down in interviews, dropping comments that sounded a little too personal. The way he talked about her, it didn't sound like an artist defending himself. It sounded like someone trying to prove he still had her attention.
But also, y'all benefit everything. It's gonna always say Ella Mai featuring Jacquees. It's your song.
Right.
Come on, man.
No matter what.
That's what I'm saying. The record lives longer. We all know, especially right now, how music goes and it's gone.
And this is just speculation, but a lot of fans think that's why Ella started keeping her circle small. Like, she stopped collaborating with R&B men altogether after that mess. No random duets, no friendly studio photos, nothing. She just went quiet. After the whole Trip mess, things just never felt the same for Ella. Her name stopped trending. Her music wasn't being pushed the same, and that glow she had during the Boo'd Up era, it started to fade. And yeah, the label talked about taking a break, but anyone paying attention could see what was really happening. That remix drama followed her everywhere. Instead of being celebrated for making a hit, she was suddenly the girl who got mad at Jacquees. And that label stuck hard. Every interview after that, someone brought him up. Every post, someone mentioned the remix. It was like he'd taken her biggest win and turned it into her biggest burden.
He said to me, "Isn't it amazing that now when you think about it, you will be that for someone else?" And that really stuck with me because I don't think I ever thought about it in that way before.
Now, I can't say for sure what went on behind closed doors, but fans started noticing something else. Ella wasn't being pushed the way she used to be. She wasn't getting prime playlist spots, no big award show moments, barely any interviews. And people started speculating that her team didn't know how to handle the situation. Because here's the thing, when two artists go through something like that, the industry usually picks sides. And for some reason, it felt like Jacquees got the louder support. He stayed online, stayed performing, stayed messy, and it worked. Meanwhile, Ella tried to stay graceful, but that silence cost her momentum. It's sad because she had the talent, the voice, the success, everything. But all it took was one man's ego, one viral remix, and a storm of bad timing to flip her career upside down. After all that, you could tell Ella wasn't the same. Not in a bad way, just tired. Because when your career starts off all love songs and softness, and suddenly people are labeling you bitter or difficult, it messes with how you move. Every little thing she did got twisted. If she didn't post, oh, she's mad again. If she dropped something emotional, oh, this must be about Jacquees. Like, girl couldn't breathe without people connecting it back to him. And it wasn't fair because Ella never said anything wild. She didn't drag him online, didn't throw shade, didn't feed into drama. She just went quiet. But silence in this industry, it gets you labeled real fast. It's almost like her silence made people uncomfortable. Like they couldn't stand that she refused to explain herself or play into the narrative. And honestly, that probably cost her more than anything Jacquees ever did directly. Now, I'm not saying he ruined her on purpose, but when you mix ego, jealousy, and unspoken feelings with fame, it never ends clean. And maybe that's why she never addressed it. Maybe she realized that some people don't deserve closure, especially when they're the reason your peace got disturbed in the first place. So yeah, maybe Ella Mai didn't fall off. Maybe she just walked away from a scene that refused to see her as anything more than the girl from Trip. Because when your silence starts speaking louder than their songs, that's when you know the story isn't really over.